Boris Johnson has been told to sideline the US and instead look to other nations for trade deals after anti-British europhile Joe Biden threw a spanner in the works. Antony Blinken, the US Secretary of State, caused unease among many Britons when he said the new administration would adopt an America First policy, carried on from former US President. And he warned London that Washington would not sign a trade pact unless it was fully consistent with the principles of Democratic President Biden. Mr. Blinken also appeared to side with Ireland and the wider EU when he said, "We want to make sure that, whether it's with the United Kingdom or the EU, whether it's anything we're doing, that we make sure that the tremendous gains from the Good Friday Agreement are sustained and that the economic as well the political well-being of Northern Ireland is taken fully into account." Asked, should Boris Johnson look elsewhere after Joe Biden's US trade deal blow? 93%, 8,842, said yes, and backed the Prime Minister to look to other nations for agreements. Just 6%, 531, of respondents said no, while only 108 readers, less than 1%, said they didn't know. In comments, many readers ripped apart Mr. Biden's way of dealing with Britain and longed for the bygone days of former US President. Some people even went as far as to suggest that the new US President is anti-British, and warned the Prime Minister to be on his guard. One man said, "Biden is anti-British like Obama." A second wrote, "Focusing on one deal too much looks desperate, after all we voted Brexit to deal with the rest of the world. America isn't the be-all and end-all. We know Biden is an anti-British Europhile. Do we want to focus our business on this type of person?" And yet a third urged Mr. Johnson to look further afield for hefty trade deals. The reader wrote, "I would rather see us do a dozen smaller deals rather than one big one. There is security in diversity." Some people suggested there would be more to gain if the government turned its attention to trade with other countries. One person said, "You would not lose many American friends if you blew off Joe, because the ones who actually buy British tend not to be the raving loonies making all the noise." They said regardless of whether a highly anticipated UK-US trade package sees the light of day, Liz Truss, the International Trade Secretary, should be looking elsewhere. Another backed the plan, saying even if trade talks between London and Washington continue, Britain's focus needs to be on other projects.